Hey, do you want to see me build a startup? Do you want to see me start something from the ground up, build a business from zero to however many millions of people we can get on this new app that I want to build? Sound like fun? So I have done one startup before, and it was somewhat successful. And I kind of am excited about like the new AI tools available and the ease of which one person or a small team can kind of start something now. At least I think the ease at which someone can start something right now. We're going to find out. And I think it could be fun if you join me on this journey to finding out. So cheers, let's get started. So to kick things off, let me tell you, I'm going to be following the lean startup methodology. So what is this exactly? This is building the minimum viable product that you can possibly build, shipping it to customers and getting their feedback immediately. And it's not about how fast you can build product, it's about how fast you can learn from what you're building. So this is what we're going to be doing. I want to get hyped right now. So we're going to start this journey, but let's take a look at some past startups and how they have accomplished the same thing we're going to try to do. So this is Fusion Books. You probably never heard of Fusion Books. This was a design tool like Photoshop, but the founders of Fusion Books thought that this kind of thing doesn't look very intuitive, it's not very collaborative, and they started out by creating Fusion Books, and this was for a yearbook design, I'm pretty sure. They were doing these direct mailing campaigns, they were attending expos, they were really grinding it out with the startup life, and they immediately asked for money at the very beginning, listened to their customers, and what did they turn to in the end? Let's scroll down. This is Canva. You may or may not have heard of Canva, but they are an absolute dominant force in design right now. They really nailed collaborative design, and they are absolutely huge in the industry. Let's take a look at another classic example here. This is Airbnb. I'm sure you've all heard of Airbnb. They're huge. So this started, I think, two designers created Airbnb, and they started by doing Craigslist stuff and guerrilla-style growth. Just emailed their former college roommate and said, let's get a subletter. I think they called it airbedandbreakfast.com at the beginning, and they were charging $80 a night. I think it was really hard to get a place in San Francisco, I believe. I guess they were selling cereal at one point. Okay. They were taking photos, yeah. So basically people who were trying to Airbnb their places out were taking really bad photos. So what these guys did was they took their own personal camera and literally drove to the places to take better photos for the people who were renting out their Airbnbs. So the moral of this story is to do things that don't scale. So we're totally going to do that. You don't want to do things that scale immediately because, again, we're not focusing on building the product. We're focusing on learning what to build. There's plenty of examples of companies in the past that have scaled to enormous heights in a very short amount of time. One such one is Instagram. I think they had about 10 or 20 employees when they got bought by Facebook for like $1 billion. But now you have people like Sam Altman saying that there's going to be a one-person unicorn meaning billion-dollar company. The record for fastest company to 100 million users keeps getting broken again and again. I think the latest one to do it was Sora by OpenAI. This chart here is just amazing to see how fast these AI tools are growing. Cursor is this IDE. It's a development environment for software engineers that just like absolutely skyrocketed, and now everyone's using it. These AI tools seem to be really accelerating the growth of companies. Okay, hopefully you got the point and you're a little bit hyped now. So what exactly are we going to be building here? This is what we're going to be building. We are going to be making a meetup competitor. So let's take a look. What is Meetup about? Basically, people are, lonely, they have hobbies, they want to get out and socialize and do their hobbies. And so they go to Meetup and they try to find something happening in their area. But this has a lot of issues. It's like really old and clunky. It's not really great for organizers. I can tell you, starting a new group is super expensive. It's like $400 a year to start a new group. It's crazy. So it's really expensive. It's really clunky. It's not great. I don't know a lot of people who really like Meetup. Combined with that, I think they're missing some tools that organizers really want. My run group that I organize is in Ann Arbor. It's this Carytown run group. And We are bouncing between maybe 4 or 5 different apps. We use WhatsApp to chat with people. We use Facebook and Instagram and email. And of course, Strava is the big one for runners. So all of these things, we got to juggle all of these tools just to get the features that we need. Now, how are we going to solve this? Well, we are going to make Hubblet. And I've already kind of started on it. But basically, Hubblet is going to be Meetup meets WhatsApp. That's the idea. You can create groups. You can create events for your groups. And chats is the big missing feature that I'm thinking initially is going to be important. So each group will have its own general chat, which is a public chat, and private chats. And you can see some people are already using it. This is still very, very much a work in progress. But yeah, Meetup meets WhatsApp. That's the idea. Now, it's very possible that this isn't what people want and that I'm building the wrong thing, but we're going to find that out very quickly. This entire thing was vibe coded. Vibe coding meaning I'm literally here talking to Cursor, which we were just talking about, and saying, hey, go build a website with this button here. And when I click it, it should do this. And I did some configuration with our backend. But basically, I have spent hardly any time on this, which is great because it's going to allow me to iterate on this really quickly and then get feedback. And then if it turns out that people don't want this or they want something very similar to it, I can make changes really quickly and don't waste a lot of time building something that no one wants, which is obviously what we want to go for when we're building a startup. Once I get more information on this sort of what people want, I will go ahead and build out the mobile apps because that's actually my expertise. I won't use 100% AI for that. So our next steps as a company, well, I should say that we are not a company yet. So that's going to be one of the steps. But the next steps for this project is I'm going to be pitching this hopefully I'll be pitching this at a tech meetup here in Ann Arbor. And I will try to get some next steps going for what features to build. I'll try to get some new members. And then for this channel, what I want to do is I want to do weekly updates about where we're at with the project, and just it'll be kind of fun to showcase where we're at. So I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be awesome. And, if you've got feedback or comments or anything, let me know. And excited for this journey. Thanks a lot for tuning in.